Namaste to all. There have been so many misconceptions about Vedas. One of the common misconception is that Vedas allow eating non-vegetarian food, especially Vedas allow killing the cow and eating its meat, that is beef. This is absolutely anti-Vedic thought, and many people have argued with me over a period of lot of years that Vedas allow beef eating. They quote the Rigved Mandal 1, 162 Sukta for saying that during the occasion of a marriage, Vedas allow that cow should be cut and then fed to the people who are attending the marriage, as told in 162 Sukta of Rigveda, which is totally wrong. In fact, that Sukta do not have the word cow at all, number one. And number two, they also take the shelter of the words of Swami Vivekananda, who has written in his book. And if you study the complete work of Swami Vivekananda, he has also mentioned that a good Hindu is considered as good only if he is feeding meat and beef to the guest who arrives at his home, which is totally anti-Vedic basically. So I would like to take reference from my Acharya's book, Protect the Holy Cow Says Vedas, where my Acharya has explained beautifully the entire Sukta of 162, Rigved Mandal 1, so that my Acharya has given the idea of each and every mantra to clarify that there is not even a word of non-vegetarian there. The problem is we do not understand the eternal Vedic words, and the people like Sayanacharya, Griffith, Max Muller, they have translated based on only very limited Sanskrit knowledge, whereas the knowledge of Vedas, the translation of Vedas can only be done by a Maharshi, Rishi, etc. First, I would like to start with Atharveda mantra 1 by 16 by 4 written by my Acharya. The idea of the mantra is, Almighty God says, if you kill a cow or a horse or an innocent human being, then you must be killed by a bullet of glass. That means it is a punishment that the king of the nation or the ruler of the nation or prime minister or president, these people should award this kind of punishment to the killer of cow, killer of horse, or killer of innocent human beings. And also I want to quote one more beautiful Atharveda mantra written by my Acharya. The mantra is Atharveda 6 by 140 by 1, which says, O Almighty God, may my teeth, like the teeth of the wolf, not take flesh. This is a prayer to Almighty God that never in my life I should take flesh, I should eat non-vegetarian food. And also I have made videos in my channel to explain very clearly why we should not eat even egg, because egg is considered as non-vegetarian. Why is egg non-vegetarian? What are the harmful effects of taking egg? And why cow milk is vegetarian? That also I have mentioned in that video. You can go to common misconceptions in my channel and then see that video. So here my Acharya has written the 1 by 162 Sukta. I am starting from middle, where my Acharya beautifully writes, it is not possible to obtain the divine meaning of eternal knowledge of Vedas, which directly emanate from formless Almighty God at the beginning of the earth, due to the lack of knowledge of Sanskrit and in the absence of the study of Vedas from a learned Acharya. So one who has not done tapasya, one who has not studied Vedas from an Acharya, who is a Samadhist Purush, he can never understand or translate Veda mantras correctly. So my Acharya is writing, let us consider the Sukta 162 of Rigved Mandal 1, which has been wrongly misinterpreted by D. N. Jha in his book, The Myth of Holy Cow. Actually, this book, The Protect the Holy Cow Says Vedas, has been written against the book written by D. N. Jha, who says that beef eating is allowed in the Vedas. So each and every mantra wrongly translated by D. N. Jha has been corrected and the right meaning is given by my Acharya. So mantra number 1 says that learned person should nurse the horses. Mantra number 2 says that they work very hard to earn money and also through justice. Mantra number 3 speaks about rearing of horses, that is growing the horses. Mantra number 4 states about making of aircrafts and also increasing the number of horses and goats. Mantra number 5 states to perform yajna. Mantra number 6 states about rearing of horses again. Mantra number 7 states to be a learned person, a human being should become a learned scientist. Mantra number 8 and 9 also again says about the rearing of horses. Mantra number 10 speaks about knowledge of vegetarian food and green vegetables for maintaining good health. Mantra number 11 states the warriors must be trained to use the weapons efficiently in the war so that they can kill the enemies and protect the nation. So all the 11 mantras pertain to a learned person who does the above deeds mentioned in the mantras to gain long, happy and healthy life. Now coming to mantra number 12. Mantra number 12, my Acharya writes, it only states about taking vegetarian food. The problem is not understanding the word mansa. Mansa does not mean non-vegetarian food. As per Shatpatha Brahmana 8 by 5 by 2 by 14, the word mansa means food grains. So the word mansa used in the mantra number 12 has to be considered for vegetarian food. It is not giving any hint about non-vegetarian food, because the mantra has the word vajinam, means meals consisting of several kinds of pure and vegetarian food. The idea of the mantra is that those learned men and women who know the Vedic knowledge and prepare the food well by cooking, and they know to take boiled or cooled water and never take any non-vegetarian food, they are hard-working people and always enjoy long, happy and healthy life. And mantra number 13 says prohibition of non-vegetarian food very clearly. The idea of the mantra is that those who use the cooking utensils which are never used for cooking flesh, they are learned in the art of cooking. They use the said utensils to store water, cook vegetables, and they know always to cover the utensils to avoid diseases. So this mantra is a proof in that Sukta which clearly says that we cannot even cook food where a utensil is already cooked using flesh of an animal. So God strictly prohibits usage of flesh of animal. And mantra number 14 states that when a trainer of horse trains the horse well, and thus the horse acquires good gait means good knowledge of walking. They teach the horse by going in circles and other things you would have seen in other videos. So horse acquires good gait, etc. Similarly, when people are trained according to the Vedas and thus they follow the true path, then they become civilized and learned as well. In addition, a horse eats grass and drinks water and digests the food well. Similarly, the persons with a sharp intellect, through good education, they take nutritive vegetarian food, digest it well and thus becomes happy. So this mantra also speaks about vegetarianism. Mantra number 15, also there is no mention about non-vegetarian food. The idea of the mantra 15 is that the learned of science educates the people about fire or chariot to be drawn by the horses. My Acharya writes, even nowadays we call the vehicle with horsepower engines, etc. And those who offer fragrant materials in the pious fire along with the ghee and samagri, they never suffer any disease and pains. Mantra number 16 says, those learned persons who know about the use of electricity and fire, they enjoy long happy life. Mantra number 17 says that a learned, experienced trainer or rider controls the force of the horse by a whip, a bullock is controlled by a stick, an elephant by an iron hook, and are made to run fast. Similarly, the engine of aeroplane and other vehicle must be controlled and made to run fast. So there is no mention about non-vegetarian food in 17 also. Mantra number 18 says the reason to generate electricity is because it is available in every matter of the earth, and because the electricity is omnipresent, electricity must be used in electric apparatus. Mantra number 18 gives the knowledge of electricity and usage. Human beings must know the qualities of fire and electricity to exploit it for their benefit. The idea of the mantra 19 is that one must know about the quality of electricity and fire to be used in several matters and to control the electricity. Similarly, one must know about the human body to use it in different seasons. One should also know the use of woods to ignite fire for its best use in engineering, etc. That is the mantra number 19. Mantra number 20 states, if a person desires that he must not feel the pain or sorrows, etc., or that he may not be struck by electricity, shock or lightning or fire, etc., and also if he thinks that he must always be away from any kind of diseases, both mental and physical, then he should do worship of Almighty God by practice of Ashtanga Yoga philosophy. This is mantra number 20. And the mantra number 21 says, a yogi, when he indulges his intellect and mind in the Almighty God by means of practicing Ashtanga Yoga philosophy and follows the eternal religious path, he only attains salvation. Mantra number 22 The idea of that mantra is that he who knows the electricity, he who knows about the fire from the knowledge of earth, sun, air, etc., and also he who rears the cows, he who rears the horses along with his children and family members, he who earns wealth through hard working, he attains a happy long life. Also, all the persons must be pious and free of sins, and must attain ill-free happy life. They must know the power and qualities of electricity and fire like the power of the horses. Here God preaches that in the beginning people know about the power and qualities of horse, which is exploited by them in their daily lives, like in the chariot or driving, etc. Similarly, the power and qualities of electricity must be known, keeping in mind the horsepower, and thus exploiting the same to run machines or factories, etc. Thus they make their family and society and nation strong. Hence, the entire Sukta, all the mantras, there is not even a single mantra referring about consumption of beef. So my Acharya finally writes, conclusion of the Sukta 162 is like this. In this Sukta, mostly the God has preached that the human being must know the power of the horse, and thereafter the method of producing electricity, which is omnipresent in the earth, sun, moon, air, etc., and to make the best use of the same in daily life by making several appliances and machines such as vehicles or electronic appliances. So the entire 22 mantras clearly speaks about either horse rearing or worship of Almighty God or about engineering concepts. That's it. Almighty God gives this knowledge in this Sukta, does not speak about consumption of beef. We should always try to propagate. If you are a true follower of Sanatan Dharma, you should definitely propagate this video, because every person, whenever they want to attack Vedas, they quote this Sukta, 162 Sukta, Rigved Mandal 1. And I hope you would have got clarity. If you want word to word mantra meaning, that is also available with me, but it's very lengthy task to make a video on that. But I have the word to word mantra meaning also mentioned by my Acharya. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.